pieces of it, and I guess, Mr. Shapiro, thank you for joining us today. I think it is important that you're here as one of the leading conservative voices in the country. And the country has, in the last couple weeks, talked a lot about and Googled Project 2025. It's one of the most Googled search terms right now. And you're not going to get any censorship from me. So I just wanted to know, from your perspective, I think it would help us understand, on just like a scale of 0 to 100%, how much do you support Project 2025?
I think, like President Trump, I haven't looked all that deeply at Project 2025, but it seems that Democrats on this committee, sort of like Peter Pan and Tinkerbell, if they say Project 2025 enough, their presidential candidate becomes alive again.
And so, well, let's just talk about pieces of it, and I guess you can tell me if you support it. You probably want less bureaucracy, right?
I do.
I want less bureaucracy. You want more efficiency?
I do.
I want more efficiency. You want taxpayer money spent wisely?
I do. Congrats on becoming a Republican.
Yeah. Yeah. My parents would be proud. Mass deportations, it calls for that. Do you support that part?
I support the deportation of any illegal immigrant who is in the United States who is not of benefit to the generalized American public.
So if they're picking agriculture that puts food on the tables of everyday Americans, they've never committed a crime inside the United States, they didn't come across with documents, should they be deported?
Yes.
If they have not paid taxes and if their draw on the taxpayer benefits are larger than the contribution they are making to the economy, or if they're involved in criminal activity, they should be deported.
How do we measure that?
The same way that the IRS measures my income every year. It seems like if the IRS can track down every aspect of every receipt that I've ever submitted, and
So
they can do so for hundreds
pay...
of millions of other Americans, they can do that for illegal immigrants as well, except for the fact that no one knows how many are in the country thanks to this administration.
So you would be cool with creating a system where they could pay those taxes if they wanted to, and then stay and work and put food on our table?
It depends on how long it would take for them to pay the taxes, and they would also have to go presumably to the back of the line, although I'm not sure why I'm testifying about immigration policy at this point.
How about banning the abortion pill? That's part of Project 2025. Do you support that part?
I think that that's a state-by-state issue on a personal level.
I'm just asking you.
Sure, I'm a fully pro-life person, which means that I'm not in favor of the distribution of the abortion pill.
Banning same-sex marriage, what about that part?
I am in favor of traditional marriage between a man and a woman, and I'm perfectly fine with anyone having any sort of voluntary sexual arrangement they seek. That's a different thing from whether the government should attach benefits to that personal relationship.
But you think it's a sin to have same-sex marriage?
Why does it matter?
I'm confused. Are you asking me as a religious Jew what I think about biblically?
That was a crazy question. I feel like he just moved the goalpost with that last question.
He's fishing. He's fishing. He's trying to just get him to say something that people won't like.
Oh man! Like at first, I thought he was gonna be on Ben's side the way he was agreeing with him, but then I just realized he was trying to advocate for a legal stand here, and like that was wrong or something. Like, why do they always try to do this like morally sound argument?
You should have known when he said my parents would have been happy.
Yeah, that's what I knew.
Like,
you should have known when he said it. Like, right
it seems like on the left, every time they just want to feel like they have the moral high ground.
Dude, literally, he was like, "Do you think it's a sin?" Like, bro, he just answered your question. So why does it matter if he thinks it's a sin? That's completely irrelevant to the criteria.
Illegal, or
they trying to
facts.
They trying to make him seem bad at first.
They tried to make him seem bad as a religious reason.
They putting the hook out there and hoping they
See,
catch
what's pissing me off about this Project 2025, because it's like either it exists or it doesn't exist. Like, they're bringing it up. Trump saying, I don't know what that is, basically. It's a myth.
I really just don't understand why everyone's so scared. Like, we don't have systems in place to, like, at least, like, go to a political battle, whether that'll be allowed in each state or not. Like, people act like that's just going to be the totalitarian, that's just going to come into effect day one. Like, y'all, that's not how the government works in America. It's not how policies and things like that work in America. Like, we have to be logical here.
If Trump says, I mean, maybe it's a different, like something different that he's trying to put in place and they just calling it Project 2025, and that's why he said he has no idea what that is. Like, or is it just people making that up? Like, what
I think
is
it's
it?
like some of the policies that they know that he's for, they tried to like put them together and then they over exaggerated on several of them. So it's like, that's not.
Yeah.
There's like a whole website for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know like the
when I look it
validity
up,
of that or not.
CBS News pops up, but then I do see Project 25.
Yeah, that's the website.
Website.
Yeah. So it's just basically details. It's super long. Like, it's super
Who
long.
made these?
Bro, Trump is nowhere listed on the people in that. They're just people that are like in the Republican Party. I feel like spreading Project 2025 is pure fear mongering, and it's actually a shame that it's working on so many people. I think you have to believe in the systems we have in place.
I am in favor of traditional marriage between a man and a woman, and I am perfectly fine with anyone having any sort of voluntary sexual arrangement they seek. That's a different thing from whether the government should attach benefits to that personal relationship.
But you think it's a sin to have same-sex marriage?
I mean, I'm confused. Are you asking me as a religious Jew what I think about biblically?
I'm just asking, is it a sin to be gay?
Is it a sin to be gay? I mean, how long do we have here? 2 minutes? I mean, if the basic idea is that sexual orientation is up for government regulation, I'm not in favor of the government regulating the private consenting sexual activity of adults. That is a different thing, once again, from whether the government ought to engage in actual benefits for particular sexual arrangements that adults make.
But again, just you to me, is it a sin or not?
From a religious Jewish perspective, orientation is not a sin, but activity is. That's also the same perspective of most major religions, so far as I'm aware.
Okay. And how about cutting Social Security? Do you support that part of 2025?
I'm not sure what Project 2025's position on Social Security is. I'm in favor of the restructuring of Social Security along the lines of privatization and lowering and increasing the retirement age, because you, as well as every other congressperson, knows Social Security is going to go bankrupt, and yet everyone seems to have an interest in lying about it for the next decade and a half until we have to take austerity measures or radically increase inflation or taxes.
And bans against books about slavery. Do you support that part about?
Why would I possibly be in favor of bans about books about slavery? That would be absolutely ridiculous. What I am in favor of is the idea that school libraries should be able to make decisions along the lines of what exactly is appropriate for, say, a 7th grader and whether they ought to be treated to cartoons and genderqueer. That's not quite the same thing.
Oh, wow, great answer.
Because we found some receipts. You did say, I think homosexual activity is a sin.
Yes, I'm a religious Jew,
I'm
that's
sure
true.
there's a genetic component.
You found me out.
Orientation.
That's crazy. He printed that out.
Always been
What a
that
dork.
Sexual behavior is something that is up to you. And you said, I may have a desire to sleep with many women, but I do not.
I agree with me. Yes, that's true.
Congratulations on your,
What a dork.
I'm sure it's very hard to restrain yourself. Mr. Chairman, I just want to shift to Alvin Bragg. He was supposed to be here this week, and he's not coming.
He got cooked so bad.
Hunter Biden was supposed to testify. Now he's not testifying. We were supposed to have votes on articles of impeachment, and we didn't. And again, we're just wondering, you guys write great press releases, but the payoff seems to never come. And so I guess we will keep waiting, and we'll do hearings like this. And finally, Chairman, you cannot yell fire in a crowded theater, and that's a restriction on speech, as you have recognized before, but you can yell theater in a crowded fire, and you all can continue to do that all you want, and we'll just waste the American people's time.
The gentleman's time has expired, and I remind him of the first rule of holes. When you're in one, stop digging.
He said, when you ain't want to stop digging.
He was in a hole, bro. He was in a hole bad. No,
Man in charge.
Ben Shapiro be
him.
cooking people,
No, he rebuttals so fast with so much like, oh, so in order to do that, you have to do this.
I don't even know why he tried.
You know what would be a very interesting debate, Ben Shapiro and Vivek. That would be
They would agree on a lot.
legendary.
Yeah, they would.
Oh, for
I
sure.
still
I just
wanted
would like
to
to
see
see
him
it
and
though.
Candace.
They need to sit them up there for the Republican Party debate on all policies, and y'all send y'all two best hitters, and we'll see.
I still
how
want
that goes.
to. I still want to see him and Candace go at it. That would be crazy.
That would be pretty good
They
too,
need to, 'cause
honestly.
they kind of got some.
That would be pretty good too,
They got
honestly.
some tech, so they might as well.
So I think like most of the stuff on Project 2025 we probably do agree with. It's just the one thing that they're.
I mean,
it's
not
allowed-
everything.
It's just one thing.
Over exaggeration.
I just think it's
No,
very
we probably
over exaggerated.
agree with all of
Like
it.
the way Ben just broke it down, I'm like,
remember that TikTok we reacted to, and they were listening.
That was something
That
else.
we would agree with 95%.
that was Agenda 47 or something.
Oh,
yeah, no, I really don't think a lot of the stuff in Project 2025 is as big as a deal as it's being made seem.
They keep trying to
I
say
also
they're gonna
don't-
put us back to slavery.
No, I think that's
25.
very ridiculous to say that. Like, how
Trump
does that
was
make
already
any
in
sense?
office.
How does that help America to set so many people of color back? People of color
That's
are a
the dumbest
huge
one.
That's
part of the
dumb argument.
demographic in America. Like,
But that's
how
not
does
even
that
in
help
there, bro.
America?
Everyone
That's
knows
not even
that's
in there.
over with.
Like, that's so dumb.
I think where their fear mongering is where they telling people that they're trying to dethrone the what are they saying they're trying to dethrone?
Oh, the Department of Education.
No,
No, they're trying to say they're trying to take over the government.
Yeah, not the FBI, but yeah, that too, or like
The Supreme Court and all that.
yeah, something like that.
And I seen people don't like that because it says it's gonna ban abortion.
Guys, that is left up to the states. I don't understand why everyone does not understand. Abortion still exists. It's just left up to the state level. So the people in the state have decided we don't want that here. If it's that big of a deal, just go somewhere they have it. Like seriously, I really don't think it's
They
that
don't
deep.
have the money to go somewhere else to have it.
Hey, well
probably.
then you just gonna have to just follow the rules, bro.
Wrap it up.
Like you're gonna have to just adapt.
Who the hell made that up? Yeah, there probably was some just Republicans that just got some policies together and called it something, and then
You never
But
know. But if
that's-
the man in charge said, "I don't know what that is," then that's what it is.
yeah, like he's lying.
You can't
What?
lie about the
I'm
policies
sorry,
put
y'all.
in place.
We gotta think logically. I seen a tweet today that a girl says she'd rather have the man Joe Biden in the what's it called? The Opus or Opus? What's it called? The Hospice. It's the place where like when you ready to die, you finna die.
Oh, okay.
Hospice.
Hospice. I said it
Okay.
wrong?
Hospice. Yes, hospice scare.
They said they'd rather have him in that than have Trump as the president.
That's insane. Hospice
they-
care,
whatever.
bro. That would mean that he's like at the end of his life.
Yeah.
That is absolutely. That's like old folks' home where they just keep you comfortable until you die. You think that man should be in charge of the most powerful? Oh,
That's
we
in the
will
hospital.
We will be
Bro,
beyond.
They keep
cooked.
saying that we know it's not going to be Joe that's controlling America.
How can you be okay with that?
They say it's Obama. That's why Obama
know,
with the
they
U.S.
say
I
that
need to
the
know. I need to
administration-
know. I need to know who's in
They
charge.
say they want the administration to
Yeah.
control America.
Nah, man, I'm not with that at all. I'd rather have a president who can speak and communicate to me clearly what's going on
That's
and can defend America if we need it. We cannot have a leader that's incompetent and weak.
You
We
know
cannot.
What, you know what I just really thought about? You know how California cleaned up for China?
Yeah.
And then they finna try to let people vote illegally and have power to vote. And they sending all them people probably overpopulated China over here to vote.
They doing it.
They playing chess with us so bad.
It's a lot going on, y'all. It's a lot. It's a lot deeper than y'all think.
And Biden is playing checkers.
we just can't continue to vote with our emotions because clearly history and
They
other
have a
countries have
plan.
shown that is not a good idea.
We got a plan too.
All the countries that have gone super conservative and far right are doing better. What is that? Argentina with Malay, they doing better. That did the mafia stuff. You know what I'm talking about with the cartel. El Salvador, they doing better. All these super conservative countries doing way better. I mean, we see the proof there. Why not? Why don't we just try it out?
Yeah,
be on
they're trying to
brink of
add us
war,
into the
bro.
plan.
No, we need to figure. We need to make America better for the future, bro.
Bro, they trying to put us
Vote.
in brink of war, bro.
And Trump and the Republicans are the meddling kids that's trying to stop them.
Nah,
Vote.
facts.
So they're trying to do everything in their power to stop it. All right.